Hello there, Taurus. What's going on? Thanks for joining me for this, your general November tarot reading for 2017. It's time, Taurus, for us to take a look into any messages that tarot can give us to provide healing energies, to clear up any stuck energies, and to reveal any hidden messages. That's my intention for the reading. I hope you're all doing well on your journey. We've got a page of wands. It's flipped out of the deck, so there may be a message of passion, a message of confidence that's coming forward for you guys at this time, and some of you might just be dealing with a younger fire sign. And that flipped out just as I was about to ask you to set your intention for the reading. So we'll take note of that, mental note, and then we'll look at the cards and see what they have to say as tarot sorts itself out. Thanks again for all of your subscriptions, for your viewing and commenting and sharing. It means so much to me as we grow this little tarot channel. And yeah, oh, it looks like tarot is sorted out. We're going to streamline these videos a little bit, you guys. We're just going to have a look to see in what we can see in about 15 to 20 minutes rather than the old 35 to 40 minutes, because you know, time is precious, and I thank you for spending your time here with me. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. We've got a 9 of Wands up here. So, yeah, a lot happening. A very busy time for you, Taurus. Even though there might not be, like, a lot of, like, things transiting through your sign right now, it's almost like there's a busyness created just because of the time of year, and I feel because of any sort of void that you might be filling at this time. Now, the 9 of Wands doesn't normally speak of that, but it cried out to me here, just as we mentioned, Taurus. We can see here that focus, we almost have this page of wands now, singling out that one wand versus these other ones. So you may be finding out what is truly important to you at this time, what is worth fighting for, and what is worth leaving behind, okay? And as well, this is something where, like, certain things that you may have been doing to satiate the void, to maybe fill in some extra time, extra space in your life, there is this sort of quest for fulfillment, I feel, that's going on. And it's almost like whatever it is that you've got in mind, it's like you're kind of evaluating how much of a fight, how much it is actually worth fighting for, and how much of these other things, like, once you have them, do you really want them, that sort of thing. So it's kind of playing on that old psychological aspect of like, when we have it, do we truly want it, or is the questing just for the quest itself? And then it's like, wow, do we quickly dish it to the side once it's there? Okay, but again, a busy time, and you may be in a bit of a fight to keep what it is that you value close to you, and that's what I feel for this 9 of Wands. Look at that, I started shuffling again, and that's not typical of me either. Wow, because we pulled that card from the bottom of the deck, we were supposed to get going, but it sounds like tarot wants to make a quick rearrangement. I mean, I did that completely, like, unconsciously, subconsciously. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck again. A 5 of Cups now. And we're going to compare this up. And I promise not to shuffle again for you guys. Just kind of like just rolling with it. So, look at that, the 9 to 5. So, for some of you, maybe this void or this fulfillment is coming through the career path or the day-to-day regimented schedule of being on time for work, of getting your work done, and those sort of things. And then it's like, wow, you know, in the northern hemisphere, winter is approaching, and it's like, are you really ready? Or are you committed to what it is that you're doing, okay? So, I don't want you guys to feel any despair at this time if that is sort of creeping in, or like the efforts of futility sort of thing that's in your fight. Just kind of keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak. Keep your mind set on that one particular goal, that one particular dream. And if you're not living the dream, as the new saying always says, make sure that you're living a path or a purpose that is bringing you closer to that. Any things that have got you sidetracked, or like pulling at you from the side, that are taking away from that particular journey, it might be time to, like, really evaluate, like, can we get rid of some of this stuff? Can we pull it out of the way? Okay, let's start here at the root chakra, a reversal on the moon. Yeah, so you guys know what it is that you want. It's almost like there's no disillusionment now. Something has occurred, I feel, so that it's opened up the energies for November, so that you can drive straight forward without any disillusionment, without any confusion in your physical environment. It's like if people are like coming off as confusing, it's like you're going to have no time for them. You're wanting direct answers. You wanting people to give it to you straight. And if people aren't parallel with your journey, if they're not in a situation that is mutually beneficial, it's like you're quick to move past that or move around it. And oddly enough, Taurus, this is a quick moving time for you, which is kind of like you guys are picking up the pace on certain things, and that's okay. And again, that void that's going to be coming in, it's going to be dispelled. It's going to be going away in November, and it's like you guys are going to be like kind of nose to the grindstone on that thing that is very important to you. So the moon major reversed up in your physical environment, it just is showing clarity. It shows that you're moving through with a clear purpose. So that's really good. In the sacral area, we've got Seven of Swords. So there might have been some infidelity. Somebody may have betrayed sort of the sanctity of the bedroom, possibly for some of you. And if again, for this Seven of Swords here, somebody may not be into your cause or as willing to help you as they let on. There may be some ulterior motives of people that are going on here. And as well, there maybe some of you have been asked to remain silent about something for somebody else's benefit, and it might be weighing heavily on your conscience at this time, okay? My heart goes out to you to see this one up here in a creative center, because you want to be very careful that people aren't like taking your ideas, taking your hard work and claiming it as their own, and as well like intellectual property and design, things of this nature. You're wanting to make sure that you're protecting your technologies, your ideas, your plans at this time, okay? Taurus, let's see what's going on in the solar plexus. We've got a Two of Pentacles up here. So it might have been a bit of fatigue that has crept in now that I see these two cards up together. The balancing act, the proverbial work-life balance could be drawing very heavy. And it's to the point where it could be like emotional. You could find yourself being emotional. But I think it's because you guys are pretty good at being in touch with your feelings, but sometimes these feelings can creep in too quickly just due to the fact that it could be mentally and there could be time constraints where you're just feeling fatigued. So small things, small triggers could be setting you off at this time, and that's okay. This Two of Pentacles says to me, have the willpower to remove the things, to drop those things out that are not satiating. Again, like we mentioned before with this Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles is a really complementary card to that. And we see it in our willpower. If you want to continue on taking on a ton of responsibility on the daily or even in the long term, by all means, that's your choice to go ahead and do that. But these cards are suggesting is that you may need to release some things or put them on the back burner for a little while so that time can be freed up for you and your energy levels can return back up to normal, okay? And as well, the Two of Pentacles, again, suggests that there could be a day-to-day struggle as to what to do with your time, prioritizing. Those kind of things could be taking a little bit extra willpower, a little bit extra gumption at this time, Taurus, okay? So not a bad card to see there in your willpower. It's just saying like, keeping things moving forward proficiently and effectively. It's like, if you are feeling downtrodden, maybe it's just because there is a bit much on your plate and it's like, it's overwhelming to the point where it's like, how can I be effective when I'm being called out this way and that way, and so on and so forth, okay? Now, up in the heart, whoa, we got a reversal on a Wheel of Fortune card. And I don't mind seeing this card here in this position. I just want to make sure that none of you are feeling too fatalistic when it comes to like if things weren't meant to be, or if there is somebody untrustworthy in your environment, you may just need to sort of protect yourself and then wait to see how it plays out. Or this person that has asked you to be quiet over this certain issue, you want to kind of make sure that you keep that promise. You don't want to divulge too much information about other people this month because it could come back to bite you. And it comes to the area of the heart. Be very careful when pointing fingers as well. Not to say that you're going to do that, but if you're in a position where it's like you need to sort of assert fault to somebody, to another person. It's saying do it with a touch of grace, with with an understanding that it's like you're not playing the rat. You never were designed. You're not meant to be that way. But sometimes it's like you know too much of the truth, and you don't want it to bring down your own anxiety. So you'll have to kind of be a bit of a problem solver here to say if somebody else's fate, they've left it with via information in your hands, you want to be very careful as to the timeliness of when things come out. And for most of you, I get the sense that you are going to be waiting for things to play out so that it's not going to, nobody's going to be able to boomerang it and throw it back on you and say that it was all your fault. That sort of thing. Give people just enough rope either to be successful, to climb the ladder, or to tie their own rope, so to speak, And again, with the heart chakra, we're going to go into the Dreams of Gaia tarot. We like to get a little clarity for this chakra, definitely, because every one of us is unique. We're all going through individual things, and the expression of heart and the openness of heart is really where a lot of these kind of like Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands decisions are kind of made with the heart. So we'll just ask for a little bit more clarity for Taurus when it comes to the heart chakra. Okay, wow, the dreamers, maybe dreams are running deep here. These cards are just saying, keep going, keep going. We need just the right card, right? Tarot, like, the reader does so much when the cards are up, but when tarot needs to sort itself out, that's when it, like, the real magic happens. Ooh, look at this, a Two of Water coming up here. So some of you as well, you could be in with two lovers. You could be involved with a situation where you have two opportunities, two options for lovers, and you're not sure like where to pick. Or if it's a situation where maybe things aren't defined, whether you are mutually exclusive or if you may be polyamorous at this time, if you're sort of your sensual life is very open to many possibilities. We just want to make sure that these lines of communication are being kept open. And for some of you, this is going to be involved with a Pisces, I feel. And for others of you, this could be with an air sign, I feel. But Pisces is coming up overwhelming because the clarity that's coming through is screaming Pisces. It's like this person is either wanting to know more about you, needing to know more about your intention, or is in a position where it's like you want to make sure that you don't burn a bridge with this Pisces person, okay? That's what the heart is saying. Up in communication, we've got a reversal on the Hermit card. Interesting. One of the other signs had this. I think it was maybe Sagittarius, interestingly enough. Not sure, for those of you that have Sag in your charts, maybe you want to check out that reading as well. And the Hermit reverse up in communication is saying, yeah, let's keep quiet. Let's keep to ourselves. Let's make sure that we're not like kind of becoming the storytellers of like the third party storytellers when it's like people need their own proof. The proof has got to be in the pudding. It's like you are very trusted, Taurus, I feel. And when you do speak, the power of your words can come through with a lot of oomph, a lot of emphasis. So we want to make sure that, if people are prying us for information, we need to understand their motives, whether they're just gossiping, whether they're just, wanting to make you look bad through your words or things like this. Communication, the Hermit reversed is saying, let's make sure that whenever we are speaking this month of November, or whenever we're asked to confide or to express or to bring forward information, disclosure, those sorts of things, that we want to make sure that we're absolutely ready. We don't want to just do it at like the drop of a hat or on a whim or just because somebody else asks, that sort of thing, okay? Very big energy here with the reversal on the Hermit. You guys are going to continue to be busy though with this plot line here, this Nine of Wands, this Two of Pentacles. It's not a time to relax in your physical environment. It's a time to take care of responsibilities, get things done, and get it taken care of, so that you can be feeling better about your position in about 3 to 4 weeks time. If you make up time, if you make up these miles now, it's going to benefit you further down the road, okay? Now in our pineal gland, in our third eye chakra, we've got a reversal on a Ten of Pentacles, okay? So for some of you, you could be exiting out of a longer term relationship for a love affair, I feel, with this Pisces maybe. And for some of you, this is kind of like you being a little bit more frivolous than normal. You may just want to be treating people, be spending money on things like dinners and clothes and other people to sort of keep them happy in a situation, right? As well, with the Ten of Pentacles, it says, if you have it, you might as well enjoy it. You guys are very good to understand how like time and money, with the crazy importance that our society places on time and money, you're very good to recognize that is merely just a tool. It is merely just a method, a means to an end, sort of. So it's like there's no point in hoarding it. There's no point in worrying about it. We just have to like kind of understand what we've got and use it to promote happiness, to promote enjoyment, and to promote doing the things that we want to do, following your dreams, so to speak. For some of you as well, this is asking for a reconnection to your celestial home. So if you have a reader that you see in person, perhaps a medium or somebody that can take you into the Akashic records, somebody that can give you past life regressions, things like that, there's going to be clarity. They're going to have an easy time reading into you this month of November, because it's almost like your higher self is asking for this, is wanting you to get this clarity. And it's like your upper chakras, I feel, are open. They're ready for more downloads, for more information about what is beyond the five senses and what is beyond, the daily life, right? While you're in the midst of all this struggle, it almost seems like a bit of a paradox, or a bit of like sort of somewhat counterintuitive to like feel like we're slowing down for spirit. We're asking to go back and understand more about our spiritual journey while the everyday life is so busy. But with sort of the void that's going on in Taurus and these fulfillment things that we're dealing with, this could be the key for a lot of you to find that satiation, that fulfillment, that maybe it just hasn't been coming through the things that you've been doing, through the people in your environment. So slow down and let's have a look at that at some point in November. Oh, and a very nice card to see here up from Source. We've got a Three of Cups, okay? So maybe for some of you, this polyamorous relationship is like taking on a very unique or very beneficial thing for you at this time. And maybe, sort of disclosing this and making this more transparent to the other people around you, for some of you is going to be very prevalent. The Three of Cups as well is just saying, it's combined with this Ten of Pentacles in the third eye, saying, yeah, go and live that dream. Go and make the most of your downtime, of your easy time, so that you can feel that balance. Like we're not in this Five of Cups energy where it's like all for naught or exercises in futility, that we're actually going to go, we're going to enjoy it. We're going to sort of spread the wealth that is your personality, spread the wealth that is your happiness, the joy, when you share it with others, okay? And again, this comes back here just saying, just be very careful. Use your intuitive sense between the people around you to know who might be after you for ideas at this time, or maybe are taking some of you the credit for your work and this sort of thing. The Three of Cups normally doesn't come with a warning unless it's reversed, but this is a crown chakra thing, and I always get a sense of people who maybe are making music at this time. We want to make sure that things are balanced and equal, and that nobody is cheating out anybody else of their just due or their hard work and that sort of thing, okay? The Three of Cups is usually can also come with like messages of like there is some gossip going on around you. There are people that are potentially talking about you or asking you about others. This is kind of like a return to that. So make sure you're staying true to yourself, very much so at this time, Taurus. All right? All in all, not so bad. You're fighting the good fight. We're getting into some pretty heavy spiritual clarity, which is going to be maybe a shocker for some and a relief for others. But a good spread all in all. You're going to have a good November. And again, let's make sure we're just kind of keeping a lid on things to a point where we feel comfortable. All right, Taurus. Love you lots. We'll see you next time.